This is TWiT.
By the way, how was your trip to Germany with your son? I saw all the pictures. I really enjoyed it.
Ausgezeichnet. It was
Each
great.
breakfast was the best breakfast you'd ever had to date.
Oh my God, the food in Germany was so good, and it's Germany, Austria,
It's just to eat.
Czechia, and Slovenia. And I met the last letterpress printer in Ljubljana, Slovenia. It was a lovely guy. And he's a letterpress printer and stone letter carver. His father was trained on the Dalmatian coast of Croatia as a stone carver. He said, my father had two choices. He could go to the sea or he could learn to carve stones. And he chose to go to the school to carve stones. And he's like there's some other letterpress printers in Slovenia, but it's so wild. It's a relatively small country. This guy has a shop in like downtown Ljubljana, and he has beautiful work, and he has crammed the entire capability of letterpress printing into this tiny workshop he has, and he's in there on a weekend working away on some books for somebody. And it's like, what is it like to be the last, in other countries, America, there's a lot of interest in letterpress. There's movements, there's colleges, whatever. It's like he can't ignite any interest there. So he's kind of the last person in Slovenia who maybe run these things.
Glenn was talking about trying to figure out how to do a tour.
Oh yeah,
to go over to Slovenia for press nuts like us.
Yeah, go there and eat delicious food. Take the funicular up to the Ljubljana castle and ride on the river. And it's a lovely, the capital of Slovenia. Top notch.
You can hear more about this trip if you're a member of Club TWiT.
That's right.
We talked fireside chat that I hosted with Mr. Glenn Fleishman.
I went to that's where we talked a bunch. I went to every technology museum I could, and the German technology museum, the Deutsche Technik Museum, has it's an incredible place. You could spend days there, and I went to the printing floor, of course, and met a wonderful fella who was covered in tattoos and piercings, and I was like, I know I'm going to like this guy, because if you meet, printers are usually either covered in tattoos and piercings or look like me, just absolutely bland in every way. And so we had a great conversation about flong and printing techniques and lithography and the history of things, and he showed me cool stuff, and they have an amazing typewriter collection. And I'm like, wait, I know that typewriter. A typewriter, it was like a rare 1800s thing that was made in Denmark. Anyway, it was
Speaking of typewriters, one of the reasons I wanted Glenn to be on today is so he could plug something that he's been helping with. You should talk about.
You mean
right
Shift
now.
Happens?
Shift Happens. I have, in fact, right in front of me. I just got today. This is we did a test print of the book. So this is exclusive to TWiT, live on the air. This is This is we need.
I can't wait.
Adding machines,
adding machines and keyboards and beautiful.
Oh, I like how this is
heaven.
Dude.
This is going to be in a slipcase. It's going to be a beautiful volume.
This is and we're using stochastic screening. It's sort of the modern dithered printing, and you get. Let me find the. There's a linotype in here. There we go. Here's the linotype.
Oh, that's to my heart.
And it's the printing. Like, I'm an old printing guy, where you used halftone dots, and you always had to mess with like the angles of things and sizes and whatever. In stochastic screening, it's like super high quality dithering, and so you can resolve the dots are super tiny, and so you can read like the type. Like if I showed you a. I don't know, like there's a picture of someone typing on a piece of paper, and you can read the paper on their, like this is a good example. This looks like a continuous tone photograph because there's so much detail in it. And this is a offset printed item.
So it's still screened, but it's such a high resolution, or?
Yeah, it does. They use individual, so it's FM screening, it's frequency modulation screening as opposed to amplitude modulation. So the halftone dots are bigger or smaller, and these are a pattern. And when you put the pattern together, you get here's a centerfold for those of the right age and era.
Yes,
the spectrum.
Anyway, so this is a 32-page preview we're going to be handing out to a select few, maybe as a premium. But yeah, in a month, Marcin Wishery and I are going to launch this thing. It's his baby, 1,200 pages plus another 100 pages in a third volume. It's like you can go to the site and Shift Happens.
What's your body font in that?
That is, what's funny? I don't know. I wasn't involved in the design. Marcin did a beautiful job of it. I should know that offhand, and I don't know.
It's
the
a very
answer
lovely
for that.
serif. Do you know what software they use to lay it out?
It's InDesign, and Marcin is a programmer and designer and photographer and a lot of other things. And he InDesign has a JavaScript programming language built in. It's an old, bad version of JavaScript. So he has been wrestling for years, and he can write a new draft of this thing or edit it and hit a button, and over a period of literally hours on a modern Mac, it will relay out the entire book.
Wow. It's really beautifully produced, the way the really function keys.
Well, Glenn was helping him do that.
Yeah, it's just beautifully produced. Wow, I can't wait to see it. I will absolutely.
This is great. We're gonna start this about a month. You can sign up now. My little promotional thing, thank you, Jeff, is that if you go to this site, if you go to shifthappens.site, you can sign up to get a notification when we launch the Kickstarter in about a month. This is the book I was talking about. We almost bought paper from a paper maker in Germany, and then it shipped across the ocean, and it was ridiculous. In the end, we're using a U.S. printer and domestically produced U.S. paper because it's just so much simpler, and we found a paper we really like. But it was funny. It was like, am I going to fly to like a small town in Germany to talk to paper makers?
Well, and sadly, until recently, a lot of these books were printed in China. That was the go-to to print these high quality books, Chronicle books, and others. Yeah. This is beautiful.
There's a thing called, was it inshoring or something, or reshoring? Is like we were trying to find. We were going to go to press last year, and printers in America were overwhelmed, and the prices were going up because so many publishers had tried to bring books back. So they locked up capacity. So this year is a little bit easier.
Nice.
While we're on this topic, we should go to line 89.
Well, we will, and we would if this were a democracy, but it's not. So, but put a pin in it, please.
All right. Or in my eye, whichever.
Yeah. No.
The emperor has spoken.
Hey folks, I'm Aunt Pruitt, and I have a question for you. How do you think your hardworking team, with a Club TWiT corporate subscription plan, of course, show your appreciation and reward your tech team with a subscription to Club TWiT? Keep everyone informed and entertained with podcasts covering the latest in tech. With the Club TWiT subscription, they get access to all of our podcasts ad-free, and they also get access to our members-only Discord, access to exclusive outtakes and behind-the-scenes footage and special content like the fireside chats that I enjoy hosting. Plus, they also get shows like Hands on Mac, Hands on Windows, and the Untitled Linux Show. So, go to twit.tv/clubtwit and look for corporate plans for complete details.